I love this trick for a bunch of reasons. First, because it just looks incredible. Secondly, because it doesn't take any real skills, it's almost self-working. And three, because there's a version of this where you could borrow the deck, have the spectator shuffle the cards first, and do this trick live with no setup at all. I start off by just demonstrating that I have these cards in order, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I were to deal these onto the table one at a time, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they'd still be in order. However, if I were to give you the choice to either deal the first card up or to take it, switch it in place of the second card, and then flip them together, you see that they mess up the order. So now it's 3, 5, 4, and if I did it again, and I flip these over, now it's way out of order, 3, 5, 4, 7, 6. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'll grab some cards at the top of the deck, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. We'll leave the rest of the deck over here. Now I'm gonna ask the spectator, should I deal or should I switch it with the top card? So let's say they said deal, and they said deal again, and they said switch, so I'll put this card in the second position, deal them together, and then deal, and then switch, and then switch, and then deal. I'll give them one more chance. I'm gonna deal through the cards one more time. It's up to them. So let's say they started with a switch, they said switch, they said deal, 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 switch, deal. Now, we'll grab the rest of the pack, we'll put them next to each other, and one by one, we'll flip these cards over. Now, we just got lucky on the first one, the sevens, they match, the two red sevens. But what are the odds that these two match, and these two, and these two, and these two? And every single one of these cards matches perfectly. Every single one matching the other card with the same color, the other 9, and the other queen. The secret to this trick is that you grab a random 10 cards from any deck, and then you grab the same 10 cards that match with the opposite suit, and then you're gonna put them in opposite order. So the 7, then the ace, then the 2, then the 10, and so on. So any 10 cards in opposite order, and you put one stack on top of the deck, you put the next stack on top of the deck, and now you're ready to go. First thing that happens is you deal the top 10 cards, which reverses the order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now these 10 cards are already in the same order as these 10. But you're gonna let them deal through the cards, and you'll have to choose again if they want to deal or switch. So it doesn't matter if they deal, obviously deal, deal. But when they switch, it should logically mess up the order. But if you think about what's happening here, it actually doesn't. And when I demonstrate while I'm doing this trick, I'm flipping the cards face up. So let me show you the difference. If I deal this next card down, and then this next card down, they would go on top of each other like that. That's the same exact thing as if I took this card and I put it underneath this one, and then I dealt both of them together. So the main difference is if I took these two cards and I put them reversed, and then I flip them over, now they actually are reversing positions because of the flip over. And that's the entire secret of this trick. When you're showing them how the trick's gonna work, you're actually deceiving them. But when you actually do the trick, there's no difference between dealing one or putting it underneath the next card and dealing two together. You're still dealing them in the same order. Now I've reversed the order one more time, so I have to do it again so I can get it back to the order that will match the top 10 cards. So again, you'll go through the same process, completely up to the spectator if they want you to deal or switch first and deal. Makes no difference at all. And then when you're done with this, these cards are going to match these cards. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that there's a way to do this with a borrowed deck that's completely mixed up. So to do that version of the trick, you'd start the same way by showing you have a bunch of cards in order and showing that same deal thing where you're gonna flip them face up. And you'll switch the order and flip them face up to show them that the order changes. You'll toss these cards into the deck and you hand them to the spectator, let them shuffle the deck as much as they want, and they can hand the cards back to you. Now this part takes a little bit longer than the first part if you'd had it set up already, but it's actually even more astonishing. So now you'll say you're gonna select 10 random cards. Actually what I'm doing is looking at the cards and starting with the top card of the deck, I'm looking for the match. So I see a black 7, so I'm gonna come over here and find the first black 7, and I'm just gonna place it face down on the table. Now I'm gonna look for the black king. So I would go through the deck until I saw the other black king, and I would place that one face on top of the table. Now you see what I'm doing? I'm just making these cards match, but they're already in reverse order. So you'll do that for the top 10 or top 8 cards of the deck. It doesn't have to be 10. And then you'll be ready and set up to the trick the exact same way. They don't know that you're setting anything up. You put these cards aside, you follow the same instructions, and it will work just like that.